Action.
Okay, so tonight we'll be doing a turducken, and this is the night before Thanksgiving. So I deboned already the turkey, the chicken, and the duck, and you can Google online how to do all this stuff. There's many different sites on how deboning. It takes a long time, but feel free to look at any site you want. They're good. I looked at 3 or 4. So what I did was I deboned it, and I put it into the refrigerator here. So this is the turkey, which is the biggest one. And we got the duck. And we got the chicken. Okay? So I'll be taking out the turkey. Alright. Also at the same time, you need to make a dressing. So every layer has a dressing. I just made a regular sage, onion, red dressing. So you fillet this out like this. Okay. You take the dressing, packed it down. There we go. And this is my first turducken. I always wanted to do one. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Okay. The next layer is the chicken. As you can tell, there's no bones in these, so as you cut it on Thanksgiving Day, it'd be like a solid piece of meat, almost like a meatloaf, and that's what you're looking for. Alright, so you get the bread stuffing in there. That's looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the refrigerator when I'm done, and I'm going to wake up early the next morning on Thanksgiving, probably around 5 a.m. and set up the big green egg. And it takes about 8 hours to cook, 8 to 10 hours. So here's the turkey. This is the last layer, okay? Or the duck. So here we go. Alright.
Go.
Alright, so now we are sewing up the turkey. We're bringing everything forward. I put some pins, which I got at the cooking store. So basically it's some pins and some oven baking thread. And I'm sewing it up. I attached the spikes through the skin, and I'm just going back and forth. And I'll be doing this all the way down. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's completed.
Lift off.
Okay. So tying up the turkey and chicken and duck was a little more involved than I originally anticipated. So if I had to do it all over again, you need to buy a bigger turkey. The bigger the turkey, I think the easier everything goes together. So what I did was I just sewed it up. I got these, like I said before, these little spikes, strung it up. But the back side was loose, so I just wrapped the bands around it, and this is it. All this is solid turkey, chicken, and duck. It's got the stuffing in there, and the next step, I'll wake up early in the morning, and with my wonderful sons, and we'll start barbecuing this duck for Thanksgiving. So,
Go.
So it's the next morning. It's pretty early out. So I'm going to fire up the big green egg. It's lump charcoal. So I'm going to start it up this way, light it, and then I'm going to shut the vents down. We're going to cook it at about 225. And it's pretty dark outside, so I don't know how much is going to get on tape. But here we go.
One, go.
Alright, so I've got the Big Green Egg, temperature set at about 225. It's pretty cold outside, so I had to adjust the vents, had to open them up a little bit more. I'll show you that once the sun comes up, a little light outside. So here's the turducken from last night. Wrapped it up in the refrigerator, took it out, got it on a V baking rack, and I'm going to cook it at an indirect heat, and it should take between 8 to 10 hours. So I'm going to set my clock right now, and I have a heat thermometer, and I'm going to set it up in the turkey at about probably in a few hours. So stay tuned.
Go.
All right, so the turducken's been cooking about 7 hours. It's 163 degrees. We'll wait till it gets about 175. So next time we see it, it should be done. The temperature gauge is about 225. That's where you want to keep it for about 8 hours. So I think right around 8 hour mark, maybe 9 hours, it should be ready to go. To keep it at 225, you can fluctuate these vents at the bottom. This lets more air in to make it hotter. I have it set right about there for 225. Depending on how much lump charcoal you have in, and so you just need to keep adjusting that. And at the top, you also have vents. This whole thing slides so you can let more air in, and that gets it hotter too. So I have it about 3/4 of these little holes full. So about 3/4. So we'll take a look at the turducken. It's looking good. It's it's about an hour away from serving time. So looking forward to it. Well, it's all done. It's been 8 hours and 40 minutes, and the turducken has fully cooked. It was about 172 degrees, and looks like it cooked up pretty well. I'm going to cut it, and then we'll be serving it tonight. See what it looks like in the middle. Luke, come here on this side. You can see the inside of this on this side. All right. Happy Thanksgiving.